Greetings all, Frog here. Let's play some more Prison Architect. So, we have our warden. Yay! Our income will go down tomorrow because of that, but that's alright. There's no worries about that. We've got some things being planned. We can actually start thinking about intake, but we have to wait until later. We're at 6 p.m. 8 hours plus 6... Well, I mean, 14 hours to finish all the walls and everything else we have to do. It's possible, but I'd like to know that we're a little closer before I take that chance. Do I not have electricity going down to my offices? Oh, I do. We just haven't built them yet. All right, fair enough. Or no, wait a minute. Maybe one of them is canceled. That's funny. That will help tremendously. Right now, the warden is sitting in the dark. That's okay. All right, so let's move along. We can start planning all of this business now. My workmen don't seem to be doing anything. Let's fix that. So I want the head of the bed in the spot of the door, so that way our guards can look in and see what's going on. I don't know if that's actually important or not, but I would think while running a jail that it would be. So that's what we're going to do. All those. Let's make sure our toilets are in the right spots. So they're going to be by the feet of the doors. So hopefully this is right. If not, I spent a lot of money laying pipe in the wrong spot. But I think it's right. We'll find out when it actually works or not. So that's that. Okay, holding cell is good. Reception is good. Parole visitation is good. Our offices are good. They can actually have light now, so that's a positive thing. How close are we to... We are 2 hours away from finance. So at 10 p.m. we'll be able to hire our accountant and know a lot more of what's going on in the inside. Okay, so now we need to plan out some stuff for our kitchen. So let's actually zone this as a kitchen so we can see what it is that we need for this to work. Alright, we need a cooker, a fridge, and a sink. So we need all of these things. We're going to need multiples of these things, obviously. So we need a cooker. We'll put the cookers along the top wall. Yeah, I think we'll put the cookers along the top wall. We'll start with 3. And we have capacity for another 2 more. So that should be fine. We're going to need some fridges. So we'll put the fridges here. Just to give some space to make sure that we have room to operate. And then we will put the sinks, which are bigger. We're going to rotate them down here. And here on either side of the door. We're just going to go with 2 to begin with. And then we're going to put some bins in, just because I like the idea of having bins. Where'd the bins go? Bin. Bin. Nice. So, this to me just makes sense that you put some bins in to make sure that you can collect all your rubbish. Because why wouldn't you? I love the fact, by the way, too, that this is a British developer, because it means they use British words. Thank you. It feels like childhood. Okay, so we see this one sticking out. I have to connect power to that in order to make it work. And I have to connect power to that. That is all I need to do, and it'll run power through. Now I have to do the same thing for the fridges. So we'll have to put those in. And that will connect everything I need to the power grid. So huzzah for that. Now I have to run pipe down to connect to the sinks. So, you know, thinking ahead, maybe the sinks should have gone on top. But I rather enjoy this because it gets me more bins and all that business. So. We can run a large pipe through here. I'm not as worried about people trying to dig their way out of the canteen. And then we'll run a small pipe through here. And we'll just go all the way just to connect to that one. And sinks are 3 tiles wide, so we'll need one here eventually. So we might as well put it in so I don't forget. So it's registered, ready to go. Alright, so that'll set up our kitchen. Now let's set up our canteen. So we have our canteen here. Canteen is yellow, I thought. Nope, it's green. Canteen, we designate one of these bad boys. There's our canteen. What do we need in canteen? Serving tables, tables, and benches. That makes perfect sense to me. So, we're going to put in table, and we get our serving tables here. They are 5 wide. We're going to put them along the wall. So we've got our serving tables. And then we just need some tables and benches. So we get some tables, we put some space for some benches in here. And Bob's your uncle. Ooh, this is not wide enough. We should have made the canteen wider. Why didn't you tell me this? You should have warned me that I cannot fit 2 across. That's okay, we'll just do this. That's going to work out just fine. Put in some benches, and then we need... and we just need benches, because I put in tables. So put in some benches, and we'll be good to go. I don't think the orientation on benches really matters. Just put them in. And there we are. I don't know if you need some bins here, but we can do a couple of bins on the inside of this. Put a bin at the end of each serving table, just in case, we want to throw away some things. While we're in the canteen, we'll let them have some relaxation. We'll put in a phone booth here. A couple of phone booths. We will tap these eventually, of course. But then this way, they have places to call home and call family and all that business. And if you're really bored, we'll put in some televisions. So you can watch TV while you eat. And we'll put those in here. So if you want to watch TV, you got to be on this side. Alright, so that's good. We're not running an oppressive prison. We want people to be happy. So this is why I want maintenance next, because we can clean this place up, get some janitors in here, which will be very delightful. All right, so these are done. We can put in all the jail doors now. So we've got some jail doors, and they wrote default up. So these will be the ones that'll go down. I really hope that's right. Otherwise, I just installed all of these backwards, which would frustrate me. Doors default up. Excellent. Perfect! They default left and up, so that's no problem. This I would have preferred to be the other way, but once it's installed, I cannot rotate it, so... oh, so be it. Work! Work, workmen, work! You have no water. Why is that? Apparently because I have to bring the water all the way to the middle. That's fair. So that means I'm going to actually need one of them here as well. So that's fair. I'm okay with that. Water does flow in one direction. This is a water pump, so you can't, like, throw it back in just because that's what you want to do. Shouldn't I have an accountant by now? I do. I have a maintenance worker, too. So what's next? Legal? No. Cleaning will be next for the maintenance guy. I don't care about land expansions or extra grants quite yet. It's more important to get a psychologist for the prisoners or a medical doctor. Let's get the psychologist first, and then we'll worry about some other things. Okay, so I have these people. Let's pause for a second and hire them. So I can hire my accountant. So you're going to go here. Run the row. There's my accountant's office. You can have multiple accountants. What's the advantage to that? I don't know. I kind of want to build one just to see. But no, we're not going to do that. Then I need a foreman, the cleaning guy. So office. I hate this thing already. Oh, I need a staff room. I'll build a staff room at the bottom of this, so that way I don't have to build a fence. Let's do that while I'm thinking about it, and then I'll try and figure out where the heck... so we'll do that sort of thing. Where the heck the office went. There it is. Aha. Foreman can be here. That's perfectly fine with me. The cleaning guy. That's an office. We go to staff. We hire a foreman. Plunk you down. And now we have a foreman. So there we go. We can only have one foreman, but we can have multiple accountants. I don't understand why. It makes no sense to me. That's okay. Let me get a staff door here. Yeah, it's an object, staff door. Put that in the middle so we'll have a nice staff room. And the benefit to having the staff room is that when they get tired, they will have a place to rest. So our staff will become kind of despondent, and things will happen to that too. And they'll be unhappy. So we're going to get materials because the warden deserves some fancy tiles in his office. So the warden's going to get some fancy tiles. And we're going to get some white tiles for the rest of the staff, because the staff are important people. Okay. But that's as far as we're going to go with that. We'll do the rest of the offices later. Alright, so the canteen is done, the kitchen is done, the shower is done. We just have to designate all these as cells, which we can do. We'll zoom out here. Room cell. So now what this is going to do is this is going to add, once I let a day tick, what? Alright, let's cancel all of these then. I probably just made them too wide. So we'll do that. Cancel all of these. And we'll do that. And start. Yep, that's all I did. Now I have prisoners, so I can have a certain number of prisoners. Protective custody would be like former cops or anything like that. I could put them in protective custody so people won't beat them up as much. So my maximum capacity is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did go too far. Oh, that's all right. 12 is a fine number. And I can just keep expanding a little bit up there if I really want to, or just duplicate this next door, and Bob's your uncle. So I can have 12 prisoners. It's 9 a.m., so actually we are past the intake time. So we are now at the point where I will go ahead and turn on prisoner intake. Now, I don't want to have this much. I want everyone you can give me that's minimum security, and then give me a little bit of that. So if I put in all, that takes 25, which is stupid. I want capacity. So capacity is 12. We're going to get the 5 minimum security, and then most normal. You know, I want just minimum security right now. So we're just going to take all 5 of our minimum security to start. And then we'll tweak the ratio a little bit from that point on. So we're getting ready. It's time. So we're going to hire some staff here. We're going to get some... I can't get janitors yet because I'm still researching janitors. How close am I to doing janitors? 4 hours, so that's fine. Alright, prisoners are coming in. Basic Detention Center. Did I already do the Administrative Center grant? Oh, well that's handy. I've been running without a grant. So what could we do? We could do Staff Wellbeing Initiative. I need guards, basically, and then I need a staff room and make sure nobody's exhausted. So that's pretty easy money, to be honest with you. We could do loans. These are essentially investment opportunities. You pay $5,000 up front, and then you get $16,000 when it's complete. But we're not going to do that yet. Education reform takes forever, so that's not going to happen. Hire psychologists, and then have 2 doctors in a medical ward. That's a possibility, but I think we're going to start with the Staff Wellbeing Initiative and go from there. So we will hire guards the closer we get. What we really need to do now, though, is we need to build some fences. So let's get some fences going. We'll build fences kind of big. Well, I don't want to go too big just to save money. If I have to expand fences later, we'll do that. So we'll just get our fences going around the perimeter. I don't know how far we want to go. Yeah, that's too far. Just to here. And now once that's done, we'll be even closer to our thing here. We're going to have 2 guards. That'll cover all that because we're going to hire 5 guards. I do need 2 cooks who will eventually start cooking. There's no reason to do it yet, though, because prisoners are not coming in. But we do have to designate a yard. So we will designate a yard. A yard is basically just an outdoor relaxation area. So it has to be secure. It has to be behind at least 1 door. And what we'll do is we're going to do a yard about yay big. So this is where they're going to relax. Now, it fails because, well, the minimum size, but that'll be taken care of, because it's not secure yet. As soon as the fences go in, the yard will be fine. So inside of this yard, we will put some weight benches, so that way they have room to work out. So we'll just put, I don't know, a couple of those in. I don't want that one. You can go away. But we'll put a couple of those in, just so they have some room to work out. You know, we'll put another phone. Sprinklers, huh? Wow, that's nice. I don't recall that. Let's see, what other things do we have to put in here? What can we do for them? Weights are really the only things on the outside that we could put in. I could put a radio in somewhere too, but we'll get to that. No reason to hurry it. Alright, so that's the yard. The yard will get done as the fence goes up. Oh, yes, of course, and I forgot about that strange occurrence. When you build a foundation off of a previous building, for whatever reason, it destroys the wall. So I gotta be careful with that. So he's researching. He's researching. The accountant is doing nothing. The accountant should be working. But at the same time, I don't really want to spend money on any of this. So well, we'll do extra grant, just because it's only $500, and a 3rd grant would be helpful because it's more cash, right? We've got garbage hanging around. Garbage will go to the garbage. I'm not worried about that. I could put a lamp in here because it is kind of dark. But again, only staff should be in this area anyway, so it really shouldn't matter. These doors will not all be open. obviously. Oh, I already have ingredients. I hope they don't spoil, because that would be unfortunate. Alright. Well, we'll see. So, all the cells are designated. We've got the shower designated. Really, we're just waiting at this point until 8 a.m. 8 a.m. is when prisoners come in, so we've got 18 hours to go. I think the fences should be done in 18 hours. Wow, I barely left enough room for the yard. Wow, nice good guess on that. I don't like having the fence in here. But again, if we dismantle the fence, right, we'll have it to build somewhere else. So if I were to build, say, another like foundation here, and it includes the fence, they'll build the foundation and then take the fence. So we can kind of work around it a little. And then there's always a walkway for the guys to go to do what they need to do. Alright, speaking of walkways, we are going to put some down. Nothing fancy, just some stone, I think. Paving stone. Let them walk faster. Let them walk faster. It's the same cost regardless, so we'll put paving stone down to the yard. And then certainly down to our offices. And actually, hold on. I like it centered on that door, but... yeah, we'll do it anyway. So this way they get both sides of the yard, they get the kitchen, and they get all that paving stone. At this point, I mean, we really don't have to save money for much other than hiring the guards. That's going to cost us $2,500. We need 2 cooks, so $3,500 is what we need to save at this point. Now we have our staff room. In order to make it a staff room, we do need a couple of things to go into there as well. So we'll put that in. Staff room is definitely large enough. It has to be 4x4. We just need a wide sofa and a drinks machine, so we can do that. Let's make that smaller. Here's a wide sofa. We'll put in a wide sofa. It's only $300. We'll put in 2. And then we will have just a drinks machine. We don't want to have a bunch. So there's your drinks. And you can enjoy. So that's the staff room. Plenty of room to relax as we need to. Alright. So I know I promised you prisoners in this episode. There's 2.5 minutes of the episode left, and I don't think time goes that fast. Is our fence done? Our fence is done. So the yard, why is the yard not done? There's a gap in the fence somewhere. There it is. Okay, so the yard's done. So the fence is complete. We do have a full fence, which is very nice. I'm going to keep some of these trees because we can actually have a forestry. So, alright, so in preparation for them coming, we will hire some cooks. So we'll zoom in here. Whoa, tiger. Alright, so let's get 2 cooks, because we need 2 cooks. Where are the cooks? There's the cooks. We get 2 cooks for the kitchen. I can hire a psychologist, so let's pause the game for just half a tick. Throw in a new office. This is going to be the psychologist's place to be. Go in for the staff, hire my psychologist, let a tick go by. Another tick go by. That's now the psychologist's office, so that worked out well. You can have more than one psychologist, which makes sense to me, because the psychologists lead, like, AA meetings, they have psychology things, so this may actually become a second psychologist's office at some point. We might kick out the security guy and move him somewhere else. I'm not entirely certain about that, but we'll consider it. Wow, that is fancy. I like it. Ooh, that's no good. You notice that? There's no fancy tile there. We gotta put up some fancy tile in the doorway. Okay. Yeah, I know that's ridiculous. Now I can't hire my 5 guards, unfortunately. So we're going to have to wait for 5 guards to there a little bit later. But we'll start with 2 guards, and then we'll be ready to go. So I'm making $2,900 a day somehow. I'm not sure. That must be from our exports, but I'm perfectly happy with that. So let's get our 2 guards here. We'll let time run because it doesn't matter to have the 2 guards. 2 guards, and I completed a grant, so perfect. That gives me 4, that gives me 5 guards. We're going to throw down a couple of janitors who are going to start cleaning, which is good. I can afford 3, so we'll have 3. And they're going to go and clean up all these damn footprints that everybody's just leaving everywhere. Those jerks. And we are not going to get to prisoners because I don't want to go that far over. Well, it's another 12 hours from now. Nah, it's going to be too long. So we haven't gotten to prisoners, but boy, have we done well with creating our initial what-have-yous. So, and the last thing we're going to do, let's take a look at blocks. So here we go, cell block A. If I can raise my capacity to 15, then we get money from cell block A. That's all we need, and it's already done. So, hey, no problem. That's certainly something we're going to take. And we're going to think about the third one later. Whoa, what is this? Well, we're not going to do that. Yeah, we're definitely going to do that when we get down to it. Oh, wow, 5 more hidden ones. That's cool. All right, so we're going to get to that anyway. I forgot that that's how this system worked, or maybe it didn't work that way and it works this way now. I don't know. But it's really cool. So to go up, I can actually go 4 more higher here. So I suspect I will probably do that and then have another long block to go from there. So that's what we look like. There it is. Look at all that that's gone away. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel to stay updated to everything that's going on. And until next time, cheers.